in the 5th program cycle of the BNTF program. This includes the addition of new partners, as mentioned earlier, and also the expansion of areas eligible for funding. Now, in addition to healthcare, education, access and water supply, BNTF under the 5th cycle will now provide opportunities for funding to be used for HIV/AIDS, care for the elderly, and skills training. Another innovative change in this 5th program is also the creation of the BNTF office with increased personnel to provide better quality of service to the community. Surely, this 5th program of the BNTF in St. Kitts and Nevis unveils many opportunities for us. However, I must explain that this will be a community-oriented program, which means the onus of its success lies with you, the stakeholders. Following today's ceremony, a 2-day workshop will be conducted where stakeholders will be guided in BNTF procedures and asked to accept the important role and responsibility of becoming intimately involved. I again take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming to share in this landmark occasion. May God bless us all. Thank you. Mr. Amirali, as I said in my welcome remarks, he is the portfolio manager of CDB, and he will now address us on other important factors of the CDB program and the BNTF 5 program. I welcome Mr. Amirali to the podium.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Governor General, Sir Cuthbert Sebastian, Governor General of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Rupert Herbert, Minister of Social Development, Community and Gender Affairs, Honorable Senator Halva Hendrickson, Minister of Public Works, Utilities, Transport and Posts, Honorable Michael Perkins, Minister of Fiscal Planning, members of the Diplomatic Corps, BNTF chairpersons, Ms. Linda Adams and Mr. Alvin Bailey, and other members of the 2 project steering committees in St. Kitts and in Nevis, permanent secretaries and government officials of St. Kitts and Nevis, Mr. Oswald de Souza, BNTF project manager, Ms. Paulette Waters, and other staff of the BNTF offices, members of the media, other distinguished guests and participants. I wish you a good morning. The launch of the 5th phase of this Basic Needs Trust Fund program is very significant. 2 days ago, we actually marked the 25th anniversary of the date on which CDB first approved the first BNTF, and it has been in operation in a majority of our BFCs. At the beginning of 1994, when CDB created the Poverty Reduction and Environment Unit in its new Social Development Division to give much greater focus to social development and poverty reduction in our member states, I was assigned the coordination of the program, which is now referred to as CDB's flagship poverty reduction program. As originally conceived, BNTF was targeted at improving economic conditions in the bank's foreign member countries by addressing high unemployment, utilizing short-term employment methods. The major monitoring indicator tracked related to the number of personal weeks of employment generated by the sub-projects. This was generally in keeping with the thinking of the bilateral and multilateral funding agencies at the time. Things have changed considerably since then, and the emphasis, as our chair just mentioned, is now quite different. And starting in the fourth program approved by CDB in 1996, there has now been recognition that the sustainable reduction of poverty must be one of the prime objectives of all of our development efforts. In the bank's strategic plan for the period 2000 to 2004, 5 objectives were set out. 3 of these are relevant to the direction of this latest phase, BNTF 5. The 3 objectives are: 1, helping to reduce poverty and improve the status of the most vulnerable in Caribbean society. 2, promoting good governance and efficiency in public policy formulation. And 3, promoting improved environmental management as an integral part of program and project planning within the MCs when CDB's resources are being used. These objectives were given further emphasis with the adoption of the 8 Millennium Development Goals by all members of the United Nations in the Millennium Declaration, to which all of our member countries are signatories. Broadly speaking, the first of these MDGs address poverty and hunger. 2 of them address human resource development. 3 deal with health concerns. 1 concerns environmental sustainability and vulnerability reduction. And the last is developing a global partnership for development. These objectives, coupled with the findings of the midterm evaluations of both the 3rd and 4th phase of BNTF, has given significant impetus to the changes that we are now seeing in the design of the 5th program. When it started in '79 and up to last year, CDB and US aid contributed a total of $105 million US, and we have funded 1,347 sub-projects. However, more than half, almost 800 of these, were funded in the 4th program just ended alone. And these have benefited over 1.7 million Caribbean residents directly and provided more than 404,000 personal weeks of employment to residents of disadvantaged communities across 9 BMCs, namely Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Turks and Caicos Islands. Jamaica, with funding from Canada, has been added to this 5th program. In terms of your program, under the 3rd and 4th BNTF programs, that is between 1992 and last year, St. Kitts and Nevis received CDB grants totaling $2.4 million and completed 75 sub-projects. However, only 13 of these, for a CDB grant of roughly $1.05 million, was completed on the BNTF 3